All right, salute with it, Black Goose TV family. As I've said in the previous videos, nothing but love, positivity, and blessings going y'all way. Happy Sunday night. Hopefully, you guys are getting everything right for the upcoming week. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be presenting itself very shortly. I know how that goes. Mondays ain't shit. But you got to push through. You got to make sure everything right. Get that money. You know what I'm saying? Do your responsibilities. Take care of everything, and just continue to move forward with blessings and positivity in your mindset. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. It's not gonna be nothing extra. It's Sunday night, so it's not too much that I need to be reporting on. But I want to go ahead and give y'all some boxing news because I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Without y'all, I want to be doing nothing else. So you know what I'm saying? Let me just put that out there for y'all. So with that being said, as you can see, the topic of topics, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing new when it comes to the boxing community. Everybody's talking about, everyone's, got something to say when it comes to this particular subject. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, Terence Crawford, Errol Spence saying, Terence Crawford, come get this work. Terence Crawford saying, I've been waiting for the work, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? We've been hearing the same back and forth over and over for the last 3 years when it comes to these two. But obviously, we're in a position finally where we can actually start really believing the tactics, or at least the media, when it comes to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, sooner than later actually becoming a real thing and happening, and seeing them two within the ring. Obviously, I don't have to recap everything, but Errol Spence beat Ugas, so obviously we know Errol Spence only has so many choices. In his future when it comes to him taking on the best at 147 before he moves up to 154, and then obviously Terence Crawford, he beat Sean Porter. He's not with Bob Ehrman top rank. He still has a lawsuit going on, but even with that being the case, we also understand with Terence Crawford, if he does plan to stay at 147, similar to Errol Spence, really you don't have too many options at that 147 division, as in adding to your legacy. So with that being said, we're finally at a point where it seems like we have a back and forth on a constant basis going between Terence Crawford and Errol and Terence Crawford, vice versa, etc., etc., etc. So Errol Spence, I'll give it to him. Ever since that Ugas win, he has been very, 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 very adamant on saying, I want that Terence Crawford fight, something that I don't think we've really seen from him in the past. So that's a good thing, right? Terence Crawford, remember, in my opinion, well, let me not say remember, but in my opinion, when I was reading videos, I was like, I'm not sure about Terence Crawford. He's going with the lawsuit with Bob Ehrman. We haven't heard much about him. So how much is he able to say, or how much is he able to allude to in regards to wanting to fight, in regards to wanting to be in negotiations for a fight, with him currently being a lawsuit with Bob Ehrman? Well, apparently, you know what I'm saying, it's not as much of a problem as I thought it was previously, because now we're in the position where we are, and it seems like Terence Crawford is now responding on a pretty consistent basis, saying, let's go ahead and get the negotiations started. Let's go ahead and get this fight happening. I want this fight. I was like I said, I was skeptical. I was like, yo, you got this thing going on with Bob Ehrman. I know Errol Spence just beat Ugas, but how much leeway or how much power or leverage do you have to actually start negotiations with Spence, PBC, Al Heyman, etc. if you're in a lawsuit with a whole nother promotion? How does the promotion, you're not signed with a new promotional company, so how will any of this work? Is this all smoke and mirrors? What's the case? Now, all those things I just pulled, pulled out of my ass, all those things I just, presented to y'all Black Goose TV family, none of those have been answered. None of those have been, addressed. None of those have been, like, hey, this is the case. And so you don't have to worry about any of those questions that you have in your mind. None of it. But that's boxing, right? That's nothing new. But if there's something that I do like, is that Terence Crawford is being a lot more vocal, right? It's almost like he sees Errol Spence being more vocal, and he's like, I can't take a seat back. You know what I'm saying? I can't take a back seat to Errol Spence being this vocal just because I'm necessarily not in the best position business-wise. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if he's in a good position business-wise. He might be in the exact position he wants to be, right? It's the outside looking in and saying, well, you're not signed with a promotional company. You're suing your ex-promotional company. So obviously, or not obviously, but in my mind, I'm saying any type of threats that you have with making a fight happen, how much leeway or leverage is there in that if you're not actually with anyone to make the fight happen, unless you're going to be doing your own thing, which Crawford and his team has not made that known. They have not made that public, but that could easily be a possibility, right? So let's go ahead and get into this article. It says Terence Crawford waiting for Errol Spence to begin those negotiations. So this comes from Boxing News 24. Salute to Chris Williams. Terence Crawford said he doesn't want a tune-up fight to get ready for the undisputed welterweight match against unified 3-belt champion Errol Spence. Crawford states that he's ready for Team Spence to contact his management to get the ball rolling. The Nebraska native Crawford made a big deal saying he doesn't want a tune-up at 35. Why would he need a tune-up? If it's anywhere near parity, Crawford won't get the fight and will have to take his chances to fight one of the killers, Boots Ennis or Burgess Ortiz. So that's his. That's just coming from the reporter. So Crawford doesn't want a tune-up. If it's understandable why Crawford wouldn't want a tune-up fight before facing Spence for the undisputed 147, obviously because he, in my opinion, I'm like, why would he need one? So this comes from Crawford personally. Now was the perfect time for me and him to fight. Crawford said to ESPN, he called me out, so it ain't no backing up. I see who the best welterweight in the world is. Real quick, this is also continuing from Crawford. Definitely, it's bigger now, undisputed on the line. I'm going straight into it. I don't want no tune-up fights. The way we can get this fight done is them sending me an offer, and we look at the offer and sit down at the table and we discuss what's needed from both sides. My team is just waiting on them to get in touch with us and make this fight happen, said Crawford. Interesting. So Crawford is making the position. He's making a play where at this point he's saying, hey, they got to send me the offer. I'll look at the offer. If it makes sense, if the money looks right, I'm signing it. I'm sending it back. So far, we haven't had an offer, and that's all I'm waiting for. That's kind of the energy I'm getting from Crawford. But I'm going to ask you guys, BlakGooseTV family, how much truth do you think there is? Do you think all it takes is for Errol and PBC to send the offer over to Terence? They look at it. Hey, it looks right. Let me send it back over to them. This is what I want. And then we're just in negotiations to make sure all the numbers are right. We get it signed. Or do you think there's more to it than what Terence is making it seem with him? Now, see, this is what I'm saying. Like beforehand, I would completely agree with Terence. Yeah, that's all it takes. But with him being in a lawsuit with his former promoter, is it that easy? I don't know. I don't know the if and ands and the wherewithals and the intricacies when it comes to that particular detail. But we have Errol Spence saying, let's get this fight made. We have Terence Crawford saying, I'm just waiting for the offer. We're anywhere but having the actual paperwork in front of these two fighters. So I want to ask you guys, this BlakGooseTV family, how much do you believe in this particular fight actually taking place? Do you think this is all smoke and mirrors? Do you think we're going to have to wait a whole another couple years or maybe never even see this fight again? Do you think we're going to be able to see this fight before the end of the year, possibly 2023? Or do you think we're going to be played with, toyed with, and messed with again? I think we're going to get the biggest 147 fight in almost a decade between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, or we're just never going to happen. Let me know below. As always, comment. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel, please. Subscribe. Be part of the BlakGooseTV family. I'm out of here for now, but I'm going to be back tomorrow. Love you.